ChatGPT scored in the top 10% on a US bar exam. On a medical licensing test, it outperformed the passing threshold by more than 20 points. Does this mean AI has surpassed human intelligence? Or are we missing something important? Today, we'll break down the fundamental differences between large language models and human cognition, backed by the latest research. Has AI really beaten humans on tests? In 2023, GPT-4 scored 86% on MMLU, the gold standard AI benchmark, putting it roughly on par with human experts. On Taiwan's national medical licensing exam, GPT-4o achieved a staggering 96.72%. But when a harder benchmark called Humanity's Last Exam was released in February 2026, even the most powerful AI models topped out at around 53%, falling well short of the estimated human range of 65 to 70%. The pattern is clear: AI excels at problems that resemble its training data. When it comes to truly novel challenges, humans still have the edge. Large language models have a critical flaw known as hallucination, confidently generating false information. In 2023, a lawyer submitted court filings in a New York federal case that cited multiple cases fabricated by ChatGPT. None of them existed. That same year, Air Canada's chatbot invented a refund policy that didn't exist, and a court ordered the airline to compensate the affected passenger. OpenAI's transcription tool Whisper was found to create content never spoken by patients or doctors in roughly 1% of medical transcription samples. The most dangerous part? AI doesn't know it's wrong. It fabricates with complete confidence. So why does AI hallucinate so confidently? The answer lies in how LLMs actually work. At their core, large language models do one thing: they predict the next most probable word, over and over. They don't understand the world, they've learned statistical patterns from enormous amounts of internet text. Think of them as an extremely sophisticated autocomplete. When asked something they don't know, they can't simply stop and say "I don't know." Instead, they keep filling in the most plausible-sounding pattern. And because the training data is full of confident, declarative sentences, the model has learned to sound authoritative, even when it's completely wrong. The result is a system that speaks fluently and convincingly, even while making things up. Researchers have developed several approaches to address this problem. The most widely adopted is RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation. Before the model generates a response, it searches a trusted document database in real time and grounds its answer in that retrieved content. ChatGPT's web search feature works on a similar principle. Another major approach is RLHF, reinforcement learning from human feedback, where human reviewers rate AI responses, gradually training the model to say "I'm not sure" when it lacks reliable knowledge. Anthropic's constitutional AI goes a step further, giving the model a set of ethical guidelines and having it evaluate its own outputs. There's also tool use, allowing models to access calculators, search engines, or code interpreters so they can verify answers rather than guess. These techniques have significantly improved accuracy, but a hallucination rate of 0 remains out of reach. Perhaps the most fundamental difference between LLMs and humans is that humans have bodies. From the moment we're born, we fall, we feel pain, we learn the weight of water and the warmth of coffee through direct physical experience. That embodied experience is the foundation of common sense. Philosopher Hubert Dreyfus pointed this out as far back as the 1970s. LLMs are trained on more than 13 trillion tokens of text, but they have never climbed a staircase, never held a hot cup, never experienced anything at all. They can write about these things, but critics argue they don't truly understand them. As Yann LeCun, Meta's chief AI scientist, put it, existing systems don't understand the world as well as a house cat. That said, there are domains where LLMs leave humans far behind. A 2025 study found that an LLM processed 22,000 academic papers in under 2 days, a task that would take a human research team several weeks. The gap in raw speed and breadth of knowledge is simply staggering. And unlike humans, LLMs never get tired. Whether it's 3 in the morning or the millionth query in a row, performance stays constant. GPT-4's roughly 1.8 trillion parameters still fall short of the estimated 125 trillion synapses in the human brain, but the processing speed is in a different league. There is, however, a cost. Training GPT-4 required an estimated $100 million and 1,287 megawatt-hours of energy. The human brain, by comparison, runs continuously on just 20 watts. Is AI actually thinking? In late 2024, a research team at Apple published a paper titled The Illusion of Thinking. Their finding was striking. LLM reasoning is not genuine logical thought, it's pattern matching on training data. Models sometimes arrive at correct answers through reasoning chains that are logically invalid. OpenAI's O1 and O3 models, as well as DeepSeek's R1, represent serious attempts to close this gap. But at CES 2025, Meta's chief scientist Yann LeCun was blunt. There is absolutely no way that autoregressive LLMs will ever reach human-level intelligence. On the other side, Nobel laureate Geoffrey Hinton predicts that within 20 years, no human will be able to win a debate against a machine. Even among the world's top researchers, the answer remains unsettled. LLMs can match humans on medical and bar exams, and they far surpass us in processing speed and breadth of knowledge. But underneath it all, they are pattern machines, predicting the next token, not understanding the world. The lack of embodied experience, the risk of confident hallucinations, and the fragility when facing truly novel problems are real limitations. RAG, RLHF, and tool use are steadily improving accuracy, but replacing human intelligence is still an open question. AI is an extraordinary tool. Understanding both its strengths and its limits is the first step to using it well in the age of AI.